Ladies and gentlemen, your favorite white Zionizer, colonizer, white colonizing Jewinizer. Zionist Prince Tal, the Traveling Clack, coming to you live from the United States of America. Get your white colonizer merch in the description below at thetravelingclad.com. And let's get right into this clip from UN Watch.
Israel has used the worst kind of abuse, ethnic cleansing, and imposing a regime of apartheid.
Israel continues to exercise apartheid in Palestine, which constitutes a crime against humanity, violence and terrorism that are being exercised against the Palestinian people.
These violations include the building of apartheid walls to legitimize the theft of land and to Judaize Jerusalem.
The separation wall.
Judaize Jerusalem. What a crime. You know, the city of the Jewish people. God damn.
It's an example of the apartheid policy practiced by Israel.
Israel's practices of discrimination as well as extremism.
United Nations Watch, have the floor.
Mr. President, let me begin by putting the following on the record. Everything we just heard from the world's worst abusers of human rights, of women's rights, of freedom of religion, of the press, of assembly, of speech, is absolutely false and indeed Orwellian. Today's report does not consider Israelis to be deserving of human rights, consistent with the approach of this Council, where today's notorious agenda item against Israel completely ignores their human rights. Now, over the weekend, President Abbas announced he was giving his highest medal to Rima Khalaf, who resigned from the Economic Commission of Western Asia, a Beirut-based UN agency of 18 Arab states, after Secretary General Guterres rightly instructed her to remove an absurd report which accused Israel of, quote, apartheid. Mr. President, why is Mr. Abbas celebrating a report written by the notorious Richard Falk after his own Palestinian mission here tried in 2010 to remove Mr. Falk on the basis that he was, quote, a partisan of Hamas, as we know from WikiLeaks? The accusation against Israel is absurd. Israel's 1.5 million Arabs.
Delegation of Palestine has the floor.
More than one statement goes beyond the mandate of this sitting, using unacceptable terms about Ms. Rima Khalaf, and so we would like this to be stopped. We have noted some terms which are humiliating vis-à-vis the Council, and we call for the respect of our traditions within the Human Rights Council. Thank you.
Here's the strong Muslim Ummah, the strong Arab world fully on display. We're offended that they were not respecting our culture, and we also think it's very offensive that somebody called us out for our shitty behavior. And, you know, us Arabs were just very offended by, very strong, very macho, very powerful group of people. God damn, am I scared.
Support the viewpoints that have already been expressed by the state of Palestine as well as Egypt.
Now, the previous speaker can continue.
Thank you, Mr. President. Israel's 1.5 million Arabs, whatever challenges they face, enjoy full rights to vote and to be elected in the Knesset. They work as doctors and lawyers. They serve on the Supreme Court. Now, I'd like to ask the members of that commission that commissioned that report, the Arab states from which we just heard, Egypt, Iraq, and the others, how many Jews live in your countries? How many Jews lived in Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Libya, Morocco? Once upon a time, the Middle East was full of Jews. Algeria had 140,000 Jews. Algeria, where are your Jews? Egypt used to have 75,000 Jews. Where are your Jews? Syria, you had tens of thousands of Jews. Where are your Jews? Iraq, you had over 135,000 Jews. Where are your Jews? Mr. President, where is the real apartheid? Why is there a UN commission on the Middle East that does not include Israel? From the 1960s and the 70s, they refused to include Israel. Where is the apartheid, Mr. President? Mr. President, why are we meeting today on an agenda item singling out only one state, the Jewish state, for targeting? Where is the apartheid, Mr. President?
This man is my fucking inspiration, man. This is one of my favorite speeches of all time. I remember watching this when I was younger. Just wow, what an inspiration, honestly, truly. Where are your Jews has to be one of the most powerful. I mean, this thing will be cemented in my heart forever. If I ever get the opportunity to speak to the UN, I would totally build off of this speech, but I would go so much deeper. And again, not saying that he didn't go deep enough, because Hillel is a fucking king. He's a king, he's a boss. But goddamn, I would go so much deeper on them. And I know you're limited on time, but I would just go for the throat. I would cut throat with these Arab countries. We're offended. We're offended by the way he's talking to us. Oh my God, we're so offended that he said that the cultures are offensive. We the strong Muslim countries, strong Palestine, strong Egypt, very strong Pakistan, very strong Pakistan, very strong Islam, Muslim. We're offended. Please don't talk like that. Very strong, powerful people of Allah, people Allahu Akbar, but we're offended. Now, let's make a distinction. It's obviously not all Muslims. It's not all Arabs. You guys know I'm not a racist. And you know, you can't even do that shtick on me because everybody calls me an Arab anyways. I get to jump in and out of those pools based on your racist rules, even though I'm not Arab. I'm a dirty Yehudi. But here's the reality, folks. You don't get to cry. You're the people of God and the strongest army in the world, the strongest group of people in the world, 2 billion, strongest growing religion, and then sit in front of the whole world. Your leaders go, I'm offended. I don't like it when the Yehudi calls me out. I'm offended. You don't get that. You don't get to do that. Sorry. I mean, you can do it, but I'm going to call you out. And I hope that everybody else calls you out and sees through your bullshit as well. Hillel Neur, he's the GOAT. He's the Banff. We stand him on this channel. Honestly, I'd make merch with his face on it. He's that dope. He's that dope. The legacy of UN Watch, if you don't know what UN Watch does, they keep the UN in check. They keep them in check. Has it done anything to change? No, the UN's only gotten worse, but at least there's one organization out there that's actually doing something to keep them in check. And he just brought my friend Rowan Osman to the UN to question them again about this kind of stuff. He brought an amazing activist, Luai Ahmed, to the UN recently as well. This is what it takes. We got to flip the script on them. I say we go cutthroat. We go on the offensive towards the Arab world, towards the Muslim world, unapologetically. Go for the throat. We got to go on the offensive. No more defensive. No more lines about Arabs and Israel have equal rights and this and them. No. We go for the throat now. You fucking suck. Your countries suck. You guys are racist. You guys are misogynist. You guys are supremacist. You guys are everything against freedom. Your economies suck. Your countries are not developing, minus a few in the Gulf, which I don't want to speak about because I still want to travel there in the future. But you guys overwhelmingly suck. Syria, Egypt, Pakistan, Lebanon. You guys all suck. Like, really suck. Really suck. Don't come for us. Every single one of you got a lot of dirty laundry out there. I don't want to call them all out, but, you all have a lot of dirty laundry. Especially you, Iran. I'm taking a look at you. Not the Iranian people, but the Islamic regime. Anyways, guys, if you want to support the channel, get some White Colonizer merch in the description below at thetravelingclad.com. You get your shirt as well. Get a hat. It's a beautiful hat. I'm very proud of it. Donald Trump would say it's the best hat in the whole world. God damn. Look at that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you guys a long time. Goodbye. If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.